Okay, so now that we've taught our child how to functionally request, we're going to show you a way you can take this requesting skill and use it as like a really good way to motivate and encourage the acquisition of new language, new labels, and new concepts. So what we had just done is requesting. This is something that we call flexible requesting. So we're going to go back to our token strip now. It's going to become a bit more prominent. And what I have here are going to be 3 cards with images on it. In this case, we have a lion, a snake, and a duck. They can be any 3 images. It's not important. All that's important is that your child can get them correct 100% of the time receptively. So just as a reminder of what that is, if I say to Shelda, give me duck, she should be able to give me duck. Give me lion, she can give me lion. So she can get them all right receptively. So she has to know what these labels are. Now, how do we make requesting something flexible? Because when a child first starts requesting, they're probably going to request maybe 1 or 2 items around the house that they really, really want. And it might not even occur to them that they can request other things. It might just be, they might just want, like, a food item and a toy. It's their 2 favorite things in the world. They're, you've taught them how to request. They're requesting them all the time, which is really great. It's really good functional communication. But we want to try to show a child that they can request nearly anything. It doesn't have to necessarily be something they love, and they can just use it in a really functional and a really good method of communication to get across to you what they want from the world. So in this situation, the child is already in a system where they understand they need to get 5 tokens to access the reinforcer, the shiny book. We're going to have 3 images that they're absolutely 100% certain of, both receptively and expressively, and I'm going to place one of the tokens on one of the images. Now, if I say to Shelda, what do you want? She shouldn't just say token, because that is what she wants, because she wants the token to get to the end of the strip, so she can access her reinforcement. But we're going to expect a little bit more from her than that this time. So what I want Shelda to say in this situation is whatever picture corresponds to the location of the token or any other reinforcement you're using. So if I say to Shelda, what do you want?
Duck.
Great work. Now, pardon me, I probably did this a bit squiff. A great way you can do this to turn it into more of a you request and I give it to you thing is have the token strip in front of the child. So when she requests duck, it's like, oh, okay, I'll give you duck. There you go. Then, Shelda, what do you want?
Snake.
Uh-oh, nothing there. Shelda, what do you want?
Lion.
Great work. So you can gesturally prompt towards the location of the token, which is probably something you'll need to do when you first begin. Now, when you first start doing this with a child, it can go wrong in a few different ways. The most common ways, of course, is going to be either them snatching it, which is fine. So if it's at all possible, I mean, Shelda is probably slightly larger than your average child, not by a lot, but probably just a little bit. I would try to have the materials out of your child's reach. So actually, they've got no other choice but to use their language. The default will be reaching for it, but if you have them out of your child's reach and it's like, what do you want? And she can't reach the line, it's gonna encourage her to use her words.